Same thing applies here that applied to the shirts. Pick out the clean pants before you iron them. Alright, these guys, I'm going to start similar to before and slide them on the ironing board as far as they go. Now these are pleated pants. I only wear pleated pants. Thank you. I pull them all the way up, and I'm going to grab the top of this thing and pull it tight. And you kind of can see the pleats form there and some of the wrinkles go out. Well, when I get what I want, I'm going to put the heat and the steam on that to try to capture it. Move my hand over a little bit, get another batch of them, and I work the nose of the iron up under the previous pleat, and I get that one. And I'm over to the pocket, same kind of thing. And then out here in the wide open spaces, I just give it a few licks there. Now if it doesn't seem to be improving as much as you want to, your steam iron has a little thing where you can give it a little extra, and you can, in this case, squirt some water out there or give it a shot of steam. But one of the more effective things is something we used in the shirt video, which is a spritzer. I find that the thicker the cloth, the more water, the more steam, and everything else is all the better. So that is actually giving me a little better result than I was getting before. So keep that spritzer idea handy. I think you're going to need it most of the time. So I'm going to roll this on over and get to the back side. So I started what would be the right front. Now I'm on the right back. Stick your hand down in the pockets and straighten them out, because if you iron it with the pocket wadded up, you'll have a wrinkle there. So same thing, a little bit of water, and I'm going to pull it tight with my left hand and come over it with the iron. Now this seam, I'm watching the seam right here, and I don't iron that seam until it is looking right. In other words, if it's wrinkly, I'm not going to iron new wrinkles in. So here I've got wrinkles going right here. I'm going to pull against that, straighten them out, and then use my iron there. Now up here, where things get tight, you just kind of do what you can. And when you actually put it on, the belt and the way your body goes will kind of make that not worth anything anyway. So I'm going to slip this over to the next leg here, like that. Water. Just if I put my water where I can reach it. Same kind of thing. Check out that pocket. So just use your left hand to position things so that when you iron it, it's flat and you kind of freeze it by hitting it with that steam, which is going to immediately go away, leaving the fabric lightly stiffened. And if you put some starch in with it, then you'll have fabric that's more than lightly stiffened. It's significantly stiffened. I tend to stay away from that myself. Okay, see how I pull it with my left hand. You see those wrinkles there, and I pull it until they go away. And then I'll work from the front. I'll seal that pleat down. And then the next one. Okay. Now there's kind of a little puckering happening right here. I'm going to put a little bit of tension on that, and then I'm going to use the iron to pull against it by pressing on it. So when I'm finished, those are flattened out. Okay. Give this area a little bit more. thing about cotton pants, you can put them on nice and pressed. As soon as you sit down, most of that is shot. But whatever remains is to your credit. Now I'm turning them upside down and I'm grabbing the bottoms. And I'm going to find these seams where they are sewn together, and I'm going to line those up. Okay, so these are the two legs. This is the outer part of one leg, and this is the outer part of the other leg. So get them lined up and pull them tight like this. And that's going to put me very close to exactly where I want that resulting crease to be. And now reach up and hold the front of the pants. You kind of have to overlap them as though they are on. So put the pieces over like that and give them a shake. I'm going to lay them flat here up to the part where I've already ironed, actually a little bit past that. Lay them flat on the ironing board, and I'm going to use my fingers to get out little creases, little things that are not perfect. I feel something right there, so I'm going to reach up under here and find that, okay, it's the top of this bottom leg. Work that out. Do the same overall. Okay, still got a little bit going there. And when I'm done with all this, I should be able to see that the remnants of the crease from previously when it was ironed are lined up. And so I smooth them down and I let them out. I'm going to do this. And I'm pressing from the inside to the outside, and I'm letting that crease kind of happen there. Because I've got everything else lined up, it's a pretty good chance it's going to be right where I want it to be. Now if it was pressed crooked before, you're on your own. You may have to press it a number of times to overcome something like that. And I'm watching the crease for puckers, and I'm working those out. And before I move to the other side, I'm going to give it a little bit of massage, get it up on the board. Yeah, there was a remaining wrinkle. I'm going to work that side out. Okay. While I'm at it, I'm going to kind of flatten out the bottom. So that looks really good. But this is really only one surface. Now my next surface I want to do, I'll just roll this one back. I'm going to ignore under here for the moment. Get this one out of the way. Now I'm coming after this part down here. Iron that. Now, right here, in between these, I don't pay much attention to that. There's no chance that that's going to survive you sitting down one time. And nobody's going to see that anyway. So put this back where it was, pick them up, and basically recenter them, hold them the way I had them before, and turn them over. So now this is the side we had not done before. Now it's improved because of pressing this side right here a minute ago, but it's not good enough. So I'm going to give it its very own moment under the iron. see a little crease here. I'm going to investigate that before I put the iron on it and see if I'm going to accidentally be making something worse under there. Okay. So now we've got that side. Whoops. That last stroke I actually put in a crease. I'm going to gently smooth that back out. Okay. So now it's the inside of the leg that originally was on top that remains. Okay. So, that is the plan. Put them back together. And so when I hang these up, I'm going to make sure all this is straight. And you can see that I got a little bit of crease in here. I don't want one that'll cut your finger if you hit it, but that's why I don't use the starch and so forth. But this is good. This will hold up for a while, and if I need to iron them again, I'm ready.